Hey, thanks for your interest in finding out more about the facilitator training and accreditation. So the process of becoming a Footnotes facilitator is really easy. It's about knowing the module that you've chosen or the cluster that you group together. Often facilitators will have between 3 and 5 modules, the grid modules that they regularly use in collaboration with one another. So essentially, to become a facilitator, we need to know that you're sharing it as well as we can, or better. And in many cases, facilitators are going to be better at delivering that particular grid module than, for example, I would, because of their area of expertise. It's one thing to know how to use the grid, it's another thing to know how to share the knowledge with another individual, particularly if that individual doesn't get it the way that you got it. So it's not just about being enthusiastic about the use of the grid. Sometimes an individual will say, well, I can't do that. It's not working for me. I don't think like that. And it's knowing how to answer those questions. For example, to have another grid to go to kind of take the pressure off that particular grid use, so that the individual can get a better sense of how gridding overall could be useful to them. In my experience, it's very easy for somebody supporting, for example, a young learner to make the decision that, well, they didn't get it, it's not working for them, so we leave it, rather than believing that actually there is a way through. I've been quite stubborn over the last 30 years to say, well, I still believe that you, as a visual learner, could benefit from a visual approach. And sure enough, by sticking to it and actually saying, yes, but there's this other way of doing it, or is it down to the fact that you're not comfortable with drawing? Sometimes there are other aspects to why an individual is getting stuck. So we want to know that as a facilitator, you know how to really deliver the grid when things are plain sailing, but also when you do bump into hurdles along the way. The history of Footnotes has been that oftentimes the greatest breakthroughs for an individual are where many other systems, other ways of doing things haven't worked for them, and we've stuck at it and we've enabled them to see a way through and say, actually, yes, I can do it. The growth of the grid modules has enabled us to go the distance with an individual so that they don't give up, and certainly we don't need to give up because we've always got another activity that we can try with those individuals. We do have a high success rate of being able to find a way where other strategies haven't worked. If you're working as part of a school or an organization, you might want to consider setting up a role as a Footnotes coordinator, that everybody knows what you do and you can, in a sense, manage the program more broadly across that community that you are supporting. Consider encouraging your organization to become Footnotes accredited as well. That will really help you as a Footnotes facilitator and coordinator to actually embed Footnotes as part of policy, in a sense. So no matter what your experience is so far, we're interested in how you handle the grid and how you work with others. Once you're able to demonstrate that, then we'd love to encourage you into the Footnotes community to take this on as a career opportunity. Once you're up and running as a facilitator in a set of modules, consider the possibility that training others to become facilitators might be something up your sleeve as well. So there's another layer to this to train and enable other facilitators in your area. Right around the world, there are opportunities for individuals to become regional Footnotes facilitators. So there really is a lot of opportunity here to grow this exciting project in your part of the world. That's a little bit of information about becoming a facilitator, but obviously once you get in touch, we'll be able to give you much more detail.